This movie opens with the aftermath of Rocky's rise in the Kolar goldfields. After eliminating the previous ruler Virat, Rocky assumes control of the entire gold mining operation. In this pivotal scene, Rocky quickly asserts his dominance over the once-feared gold mine by holding Reena hostage. He uses her as leverage to manipulate key figures such as Guru Pandyan, Andrews, Kamal, and Rajendra. We noticed over 90% of our viewers enjoy our contents but haven't subscribed yet. We know you want to, you just forget sometimes. As we dive into this intense action-packed thriller, let's change that. Like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling recaps. Rocky's power is absolute, and he is unafraid of crossing any boundaries to maintain his position. His ruthless approach reflects his determination to claim the throne and make a name for himself as a kingpin in the gold trade. This scene is significant not only for showing Rocky's bold and calculating nature, but also for setting the tone of the film, where loyalty is fleeting and power shifts rapidly. By taking control of the KGF, Rocky not only solidifies his position within the goldfields, but also becomes an unstoppable force feared by allies and enemies alike. His fierce determination makes him the ultimate ruler in the treacherous world of KGF. As Rocky moves forward, this moment establishes the stakes of his journey and foreshadows the intense conflict that will follow. Rocky's unyielding ascent to power is challenged when Kamal, a key figure in the KGF, dares to threaten him. Kamal, once a trusted ally, now perceives Rocky's ruthlessness as a growing threat to his own ambitions. This scene highlights the escalating tension between the two men, who now stand on opposing sides in the struggle for control of the gold mine. The confrontation occurs in a tense face-to-face meeting where Kamal, in a bold but misguided attempt, threatens Rocky's authority over the KGF. In response, Rocky's cold and calculated demeanor shines through. He doesn't hesitate. Without a second thought, Rocky shoots Kamal dead, sending a clear message to everyone around him that no one is safe if they challenge his rule. This shocking act of violence solidifies Rocky's position as the undisputed leader of KGF. The death of Kamal also acts as a turning point in the film, marking the transition from Rocky as a mere contender to a terrifying figure who commands absolute fear and respect. His ruthlessness is both a strength and a curse, as it isolates him even further from those around him. This brutal moment foreshadows the greater conflicts that lie ahead in Rocky's quest for supremacy. The return of Adhira marks a pivotal moment that sets the stage for a fierce rivalry with Rocky. Adhira, the former ruler of the Kolar goldfields, is a brutal and relentless character who seeks to reclaim his lost throne. His return is announced with a violent and dramatic sequence as he slaughters a group of guards at an outpost in a show of strength and dominance. Adhira's appearance is both menacing and commanding. He rides into battle with a fierceness that mirrors his desire for revenge and control. The sight of him on the battlefield, with his imposing presence and savage tactics, makes it clear that he is a force to be reckoned with. His return also signals that the peace Rocky has worked hard to establish in KGF is about to be shattered. This moment introduces Adhira as a primary antagonist in the film, setting him up as Rocky's equal in terms of power and cruelty. His violent assault on the guards is not only a demonstration of his physical strength, but also a reminder of his unyielding thirst for vengeance. Adhira's presence elevates the stakes, creating a sense of urgency and tension for the rest of the film. Rocky now faces a direct challenge to his control of KGF. Andrews, a key figure in the political landscape of the Kolar goldfields, orchestrates a devastating betrayal that shifts the power dynamics. Desai, a trusted ally of Rocky, is murdered as part of a broader plan to weaken Rocky's grip on the gold mines. This betrayal unfolds in a tense and calculating sequence that reveals the treacherous nature of the characters involved. The plot thickens as Andrews, alongside his associates, abducts Reena, Rocky's love interest, using her as a pawn to manipulate and control the situation. The kidnapping forces Rocky into a high-stakes rescue mission, as he must confront not only his enemies, but also the internal betrayals that threaten his reign over KGF. This moment showcases the vulnerability of Rocky's position, despite his overwhelming power. Andrews' actions further illustrate the ruthless and dangerous world of KGF, where alliances are fragile and betrayal lurks around every corner. It also serves to highlight the tension between the personal and political stakes in the story, with Rocky now having to fight on multiple fronts, not only for control of the goldfields, but also for the safety of those he cares about. The betrayal sets the stage for the ensuing battles that will define the fate of the KGF, as Rocky prepares to face the full force of those who seek to overthrow him. The confrontation between Rocky and Adhira reaches a critical point during a dramatic face-off. As the fight intensifies, Rocky is severely injured by Adhira's vicious assault. Just when it seems like Rocky's reign might be over, Adhira makes an unexpected decision. Instead of delivering the final blow, Adhira chooses to spare Rocky's life. This surprising act of mercy sets the stage for a more complex relationship between the two characters. Adhira's motivations are not entirely clear, but his decision to let Rocky live introduces a new layer of intrigue to the story. Adhira's mercy is not an act of kindness, but a calculated move. He recognizes that Rocky's survival could serve as a means to further his own plans. This decision also highlights the unpredictable nature of the conflict in KGF, where allegiances are constantly shifting and characters often make choices that defy expectations. This moment of mercy adds to the tension, as Rocky, now weakened, must recover and plan his next moves. It also deepens the rivalry between him and Adhira, setting the stage for the ultimate clash between the two. Rocky takes his power to new heights by expanding his operations beyond India. After recovering from his injuries, he travels to Dubai, seeking to broaden his influence in the global gold market. This move is pivotal as it marks a significant shift in Rocky's ambitions. No longer confined to the Kolar goldfields, he sets his sights on the lucrative gold trade on the international stage. In Dubai, Rocky faces new challenges and rivalries, notably with Khalil, who's involved in the gold business. This scene reveals Rocky's strategic mindset as he navigates the complexities of the global market while continuing to assert his dominance. The action intensifies when Rocky engages in a series of violent confrontations with Khalil's associates, demonstrating his determination to retain control over his gold empire. This expansion also highlights Rocky's unrelenting pursuit of power and wealth with no regard for the cost. His actions in Dubai send a clear message to anyone who dares to challenge him. His reach is vast, and his power is unstoppable. However, despite his success in the international market, Rocky's hold on KGF remains crucial, and his enemies back home, including Adhira and political figures, are ever-present threats. This scene sets the stage for the escalating conflict that will ultimately define Rocky's fate in KGF. Rocky and his forces engage in a fierce and explosive battle against Adhira's army. The two men, both power-hungry and ruthless, face off in a bloody confrontation that showcases their dominance over the Kolar goldfields. This scene marks the escalation of their rivalry, with both sides gearing up for an all-out war to claim control of the mines. Rocky, determined to retain his grip on KGF, launches a full-scale assault on Adhira's forces, utilizing advanced weaponry, including Kalashnikov rifles. The fight is intense, with Rocky's men battling fiercely against Adhira's well-equipped and brutal forces. The use of heavy artillery, gunfire, and explosions amplifies the chaos and high stakes of the situation. As the battle rages on, it becomes clear that both Rocky and Adhira are formidable opponents. Each side is willing to sacrifice everything to achieve victory, and the violence reflects the power struggle that has defined their war over KGF. The clash is not only physical, but also symbolic of the larger struggle for control and supremacy in the gold mines. Despite the destruction and loss of life, Rocky's determination prevails. He and his forces manage to push back Adhira's army, weakening his hold on the KGF. The battle concludes with Rocky's forces emerging victorious, but the war is far from over. The political landscape becomes even more treacherous as Rocky's rise to power attracts the attention of the Indian government. With the Kolar goldfields under his control, Rocky's influence extends beyond the local mine, drawing the ire of political figures who view him as a growing threat. The scene highlights the shifting allegiances and the brutal politics surrounding Rocky's quest for dominance. The Prime Minister, Ramika Sen, authorizes a CBI raid on Rocky's warehouses, hoping to uncover evidence of his criminal activities. However, the raid reveals very little, frustrating the authorities. Despite this, Ramika Sen issues a death warrant against Rocky, intensifying the political pressure on him. The government's decision to target him is a clear indication that Rocky's power is no longer just a local issue, it has now become a national concern. This scene underscores the vulnerability Rocky faces not just from his enemies in the gold mine but also from those in political positions of power. The betrayal is apparent as those who once saw Rocky as an ally now turn against him in their quest to destroy him. Ramika Sen's role as a fierce adversary sets the stage for the next phase of Rocky's battle, where political and personal conflicts intertwine. The political turmoil further complicates Rocky's position, leading to greater challenges as he continues his quest to hold on to the Kolar goldfields. Adhira, now backed by several powerful allies, makes a desperate attempt to reclaim the Kolar goldfields from Rocky. This pivotal scene sees Adhira launching a final, all-out assault on Rocky's stronghold, hoping to defeat him once and for all. The attack is meticulously planned, with Adhira supported by key figures such as Andrews, Daya, John, and Khalil, all of whom are determined to overthrow Rocky's reign. The assault is intense, marked by chaotic battles and brutal exchanges of gunfire. The entire KGF is thrown into turmoil as Adhira's forces storm the mine. The fighting is relentless and the stakes are higher than ever. However, Rocky, unwilling to lose his hard-earned control, leads his own forces into battle with unwavering resolve. In the midst of the attack, Rocky disrupts a critical political speech by Andrews, further destabilizing his adversary's plans. This act of defiance and strategic retaliation demonstrates Rocky's strength and cunning in the face of overwhelming odds. As the battle reaches its peak, Rocky's forces manage to overpower Adhira's army, securing his hold over the KGF for the time being. The scene also features significant moments of character growth for Rocky, as he faces yet another major threat, and proves that his thirst for power will stop at nothing, not even the combined forces of his greatest enemies. In the climactic scene, Rocky's journey comes to a tragic yet heroic end. After successfully securing control over the Kolar goldfields, Rocky faces the ultimate challenge when he is confronted with a death warrant issued by the Indian government under the direction of Prime Minister Ramika Sen. This official order intensifies the already perilous situation for Rocky, who now faces both political and military forces bent on his destruction. Despite the threats against him, Rocky refuses to bow down or surrender. In a final act of defiance, he decides to evacuate KGF, choosing to leave with a ship loaded with gold, which symbolizes both his triumph and the legacy he has built. As he boards the ship, his defiance echoes through the final moments of the film, Rocky, the once unyielding ruler, choosing to leave behind everything he fought for. However, tragedy strikes when Rocky's ship is attacked, and despite his escape, the vessel is eventually sunk. Rocky's death in the ocean, after narrowly evading capture, seals his fate as a martyr of sorts. His story ends in mystery and loss, with the gold lost beneath the waves, leaving his legacy to linger in the hearts of those who remember him. This final scene serves as a poignant conclusion to Rocky's rise and fall, ensuring that his legend lives on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth recaps and reviews. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the hidden truths in every story.